Grapes of Wrath, and Great Gatsby all relate to the idea of wear and tear. And Mother to Son, and Boards Torn Up shows the floor being walked on and torn. And Grapes of Wrath, once the family leaves the house, is torn and the dogs wander around the worn house. And Great Gatsby, when he dies, his worn and torn down house is vacant after the parties are over. It's moving, don't It's going. Picture represents the Joad family moving on to California. Like Mother to Son, it shows that even when times are tough, you have to keep going. So boy, don't turn back. Also, in Great Gatsby, Gatsby tries to win over Daisy, even though the odds are against him because she's married to Tom. It's going. We chose this picture, because it symbolizes the Joad family.
Stairs. The worn down staircase shows how life has many obstacles, twists, and turns. You'll never know what's around the corner. Like in Grapes of Wrath, the Joads had to overcome poverty, death, and hunger to get to a better life.
Stairs. Staircase. From Mother to Son.
Okay, so this is the old house. The empty house represents the lifeless town. In Grapes of Wrath, the people left their homes to look for jobs. The houses were left vacant on the land, and the land was vacant because of this.
Also in chapter 9, it talked about a lot when there was like the old house and how it was vacant and how the cats were coming in and out and the dogs were coming in and out, just the worn and torn down house. I think the pause really emphasizes how worn and torn down this house is. You can tell like the trees are leafless, lifeless, to worn and torn downness.
Okay, so this picture represents Gatsby's house. The empty house shows what it was like after Gatsby threw parties and everybody left afterwards. Like in Grapes of Wrath, life wore down Gatsby's house, and when Gatsby died, his house becomes bare. There was no more parties, and everyone moved on with their lives like in Grapes of Wrath.
Also, these trees signify the lifelessness after Gatsby died, because the house was worn and torn, and the black and white really just puts the piece together. It was sad when Gatsby died. And the parties really played as a character, as the life and non-worn downness of the house.
What that wore down the house.
Yes, the
Life wore down
parties
the house.
wore down the house. And now it's lifeless. So are the trees. This pause also too illustrates the lifelessness, because once you die, you don't talk.
Really?
Yes, really. All right.
The tractor, it represents all the different obstacles that life has thrown in it, because that was taking away the jobs of the smaller farmers on the bigger farmlands. They could get so much more done. And that's just one more obstacle while they're decided to throw away all the silly children.
Also, the tractor wore and tore down the fields, and kind of I guess you could say it tore down the hope of the farmers who really loved their land. So you could look at the tractors as tearing and wearing down the fields and the hope of the people who lived there. Like when the Joad family had to leave and they faced the farmer guy coming in on the big truck who really went against his family, or not his family, went against what he believed in because he needed to serve for his family. So it just really wears and tears down the farming society and the other hope and stuff and
It's kind of like Tom and Great Gatsby because it, I guess, wears down Gatsby's dream of being with Daisy because she's married to him.
Good.